I saw this thread the other day that said, she's not easy, she's just into you. And it literally changed my brain chemistry. And I had a very scary thought, okay? The reason that we have to explain that to men is because men will sleep with people that they absolutely hate.
Tonight the music seems so loud. I wish that we could lose this crowd.
I literally just watched two couples get out of a car and they had to cross a really busy street. Like there was no light or anything. And the men just ran across the street and expected the women to just like follow along. The men didn't even like look back to see if the women were behind them, if they made it okay. Like they didn't grab their hands, like anything. I hate men more and more every day.
Why do so many women act like it's their duty to have kids when it's actually their choice?
It's not always your choice.
Well, I've never said always, but isn't it usually their choice? I mean, unless a woman has, you know, unconsensual.
No, she can have a slip up. She can get just all kind of stuff. And some women don't believe in aborting their kids either, so they just go with the punches, roll with the flow, and keep the baby.
Don't women ultimately decide who gets and who gets born?
Who gets? Yeah, but not who gets born.
Well, sure they do, because women always have the option to choose whether they want to keep the child or not.
Right, but like I said, some women don't believe in aborting a baby. So even if you're in a bad situation, you still keep it.
But that's still their choice.
Right, and you make the right choice to not life.
I got stones on my neck, ooh, blood on my set, ooh, water on my wrist, drip.
I am not sure if there is more than one possibility.
I'm single. No. He keep asking to see me. No car. He keep trying to no dick. He keep texting. What you doing? What you doing? What you doing? No date. No money, no car, no crib, nothing.
What's going on, fellas? Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Leave a comment down below. Let's get back to the video.
I'm gonna say something that makes a lot of people uncomfortable. You're allowed to divorce a good guy. Because he's a good guy is not the same as this is a good marriage. Women stay in unhappy marriages for years because they think they need a villain to leave. They think unless he's cheating, lying, blowing up their life, that they're not allowed to be unhappy. Listen to me. You are not required to spend the rest of your life in a relationship that doesn't fulfill you just because he's not a terrible person. Being a good guy is the bare minimum. You're allowed to want emotional connection. You're allowed to want partnership. You're allowed to want growth. You're allowed to want more. And staying out of guilt, obligation, fear of what people will think, that's just a really slow way to abandon yourself. You don't need a villain in your story just to choose yourself. Sometimes two good people just aren't right for each other. And leaving that situation doesn't make you selfish, it makes you honest.
I saw something that kind of put this scenario into perspective for me. And it said, I mothered my partner so much that when I left, I felt like I was abandoning a child. Yeah. Yeah.
The woman was too stunned to speak.
I read that.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
You made them the victim, basically, of neglect.
Yes. I mean, that's the process is like, I have now created an orphan. And it's like, but that's an adult man in this scenario.
Right.
But the feeling inside of the person who leaves is, I've abandoned this person.
No.
And it's like, how long, if that's the case, how long are you abandoning yourself in pursuit of them?
Right.
My post was to encourage Black women to wear their natural hair. But then I get the black women in the comments talking about, oh, speak for yourself, speak for yourself. Honey, I could speak for myself, but I'm speaking for myself because I felt the way that you felt. In all reality, you're sitting here saying that you love your natural hair, but you throwing on a wig more than anything. You're too lazy to maintain your hair. Your wigs get washed more than your real hair do. You don't love your hair because you don't wear it. For someone who loves their hair, they're going to wear their hair. The same way you love the wigs and you wear the wigs more than you wear your natural hair. So please do not come for me. I came to say we are beautifully and wonderfully made. This is what makes a black woman, our natural hair, because a lot of people be loving our natural hair. Actually, they said that for jobs and stuff like that. They try to tear us down with our natural hair. It's 2026. If you don't know how to maintain your hair, just say that. You could slick it down in a bun. You could do what you want to do with your hair. But don't sit there and say that you love your hair, but you never wear it. Don't say that you love your hair, but all your pictures and all your posts and all your videos is you with the wig and never with your natural hair. Don't say that, please.
If you could bench press 275 pounds for 1 rep, I'll fill your tank up with gas. Are you down?
Let's go. I'm down.
Yup. Oh my. Hey, my car over here. Let's go. Let's get it. Hey, my man. You wasn't playing with me, right?
No, I wasn't playing with you, man.
So you sure? No warm up, nothing?
I'm ready to go.
You want to lift off or anything?
No.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Well, man, I've been 10. 12. I was trying to get to 10.
Holy shit. You're going to tell me that you don't feel work out like that either, right?
No, actually 21 years of prison.
Man, I think I need to go to prison.
No, don't go to prison.
3 women were arrested at Miami International Airport for refusing to leave a Frontier flight.
Oh, no. Well, remember, innocent until proven guilty, right?
On bag. Authorities say Defesha Dockery, Diajana Cochran, and Devana Cochran, they rushed.
Guilty as Oh my gosh, Frontier, the spirit of Allegiant. Everybody on that flight got stimulus checks.
See, what had happened was they knew their bags were too big, so instead of paying for them, they thought it'd be a good idea to like scan their ticket and then run onto the plane as the ticket lady was like, "No."
Well, obviously, cops went on the plane and detained them, and on their way out, they were twerking, because obviously.
However, as one of them was walking by, this happens. Wait for it. Slow-mo. Halitosis.
Listen, maybe they were drunk, maybe it's Maybelline, I don't know, but if you spit on me, I'm going to jail with you.
Like, spitting is, I don't know what it is. It's the most disrespectful ever. It should be legal to shoot somebody in the face if they spit on you.
It's not that deep. Yeah, well, the bullet will be. Don't play with me. Those ladies can get cunts. Mertzig's a bio. Okay, bye. Whoop.
Let us know when you're shutting down so we know when to shut up. That's what I would tell the men of today. If they were my sons, you're doing a good job. You're not always failing. You don't always suck. We're not always looking to beat you up. I know it feels like you're punching bag for a lot of different things. I know it feels like you cannot make it, that there's no standard that you're always going to score. I know you get frustrated, and I know you'll cry. You cry when we don't see it. You have to, man up. And I am saying to you as a mom, as a older female, and I'm saying to you that you're doing way better than you could ever possibly imagine. Take personal responsibility where you can, grow where you can, and be open. And share with the people that you love your SOS distress signals. Let us know when you're shutting down so we know when to shut up. And we know how to show up. But we can't if you don't tell us. If your distress signal is you get frustrated, you shut down, you say, whatever. Okay, fine, you always win. If that's a distress signal, I need to know. I need to know, and you need to know mine. So instead of us fighting each other, we can support each other. That's what I would say.
That's going to do it for this episode. We appreciate you guys. God bless you. Peace.
For me, 6 months after we were married, I went to go see a therapist and I said, I cannot do this. I've got to get out of this marriage. And we had dated off and on for 7 years before we got married. And I said, I got to get out. And she said, this is hard. I could see how this is not working. And I was like, I had a twinge of defensiveness about Steve. And I said, what do you mean? And she said, he likes you so much more than you like you. It must be terrible. It's like, you man, you're fired. I was like, I'm so I just kept thinking, what do you mean? He said, it's got to be very uncomfortable to be with someone who sees you and really knows you and loves you so much when you have not found a way to see you and love you so much. It's got to be disconcerting. What a man. It was true. I had to get to this point where I was like, maybe I should like me as much as he likes me and then make a better decision about whether this is going to work or not. When you grow up and pissed off or shut down are your two emotional opportunities. Like, in Atlas of the Heart, I write about 87 emotions that I think are important to understand because the limits of our language are the limits of our world.
And here's what's changed. A lot of men have options now. I could go out there and I can date somebody if I wanted to, but I might not want to, right? You have options. I can go out there and find somebody, or I could stay at the house. The dude that couldn't get any play back in the day, leveled up, got his money right, got in shape, got his confidence up. And now he's the one now you begging him. Now what's going on? Long time no see. On some Michael B. Jordan type stuff. And he's the one saying, nah, I'm good. Y'all not used to men having options. Y'all used to being able to clown around and do whatever you want to do. You're not used to being told no. But that's the game now.
Finally, my first time getting hit on in Home Depot.
And how did that go?
And he's not even attractive.
Well, that's unfortunate. Perhaps next time one should hold up a sign saying, don't bother hitting on me unless one happens to be attractive. Only attractive men need apply.
I don't know what I'm doing wrong.
A person could only guess.
But I'm here all the time. So for all you people who are like, go to Home Depot, that's where all the men are. No, they're not.
The men are actually there. But the thing that one is failing to take into consideration is that men have been told repeatedly by women not to approach them because that could be considered creepy or even harassing behavior. And the men have been paying attention because since they have no way of knowing what each woman considers to be attractive, they are just playing it safe and not even bothering. So my recommendation is if one really wants to get a man's attention at a hardware store, which is full of tools and possible project ideas, one had probably better approach him.
Jordan, congratulations to you, not only for the Oscar, but for curving that motherfucker. For curving. Hey, baby, listen, you cannot be with me down in the valleys. You do not deserve to be with me at the mountaintop. Michael B. Jordan is totally right for this. Because when he was trying to be the man that she wanted, when he was doing all the things right, when he was doing everything that women say they want in a man, what did she do? She bounced. And saw his friend. And y'all was clapped like it was cute. But who got the last laugh now? What awards Lori Harvey won except maybe a trip to the clinic? What acclaim has Lori Harvey's career had except another body? What has she done with her life since her and Michael B. Jordan broke up except have multiple relationships that did not work? See, the difference between men and women after a breakup a lot of the times is when women break up, they go in their hoe phase, their hoe bag. They go out and have fun, which means that they're going to go and be promiscuous. Men, on the other hand, because we actually love unconditionally, we usually got to take some time and focus on ourselves. We get our body, our mind right. We start focusing on our purpose. And guess what? We come out better every time. I know for a fact, every time that I broke up or got out of a relationship with a woman, I came out better. There's not one ex of mine that could ever say, yeah, he fell off since he messed with me. And see, that's the difference between us. Salute to Michael B. Jordan. Congratulations on being the 6th black man to win that award. You deserve it, King. But even a better caveat, congratulations on you ignoring that motherfucker and sending her back to the luxury apartments. The ugly money. I am showing y'all that I'm getting
now. So he is funny as hell, man. I watch him on Instagram, man. He cracking me up. So he's 100% correct. He's 100% correct. If true that she tried to, spin the block on him, because back then She didn't want me, but now I'm an Oscar winner. Now she all on me.
I'm listening to a Cardi B interview, and in that interview, she said,
men actually respect marriages.
What do you mean by that?
Women don't really respect marriages.
You're saying outside of the marriage.
Mm-hmm.
She said in her experience, men respect marriages more than women. Okay. The reason that pisses me off is because it's not the marriage that they're respecting, it's the man's ownership of you as you being his wife. That's what gets them the respect. They're respecting the other man. They're not respecting you. They're not respecting the marriage between you. They're respecting the man's ownership of you.
It's getting so easy to spot these man-hating feminists. Look, is she actually clenching her fist like she wants to punch somebody? Oh, ma'am, you need a therapist, because this is an absolutely psychotic take. She's saying ownership as if to belittle what is a union of two people, when in reality, it has nothing to do with a man respecting another man's ownership, as she puts it, and more so to do with that there's little to no benefit at all. And it pisses you off because you finally hear a piece of information that paints men in a better light than women. So in order to combat that, you say it's ownership, as if it's derived from some type of patriarchal value. And that's the only reason why the men respect the men. In it being that maybe men are not as lustful or unstructured as what you think that they are, just with you and your relationships. Or the negative aspect on the woman, like as if there's not women that will go through a high water in order to get the vying attention of a man that has demonstrated that he will settle or that he enjoys commitment. Didn't we just now watch Brittany Renner convert religions in order to get the vying eye and attention of Kevin Gates, who I believe at the time was still married?
Take this walk with me. I've come to the conclusion that no matter what kind of benefit of the doubt I give, some of y'all are just not that bright. Viewer discretion is advised.
If you feel like I look like I am worth $1 million, and you know that you're only worth, if you feel like I'm worth $10, and you know that you only are worth $5, why are you approaching me?
That is arguably the worst analogy I've ever heard in my life. And not only was it a bad analogy, it had a very, very poor delivery at that. She used every brain cell possible to say absolutely nothing. And it's my fault because I gave her the benefit of the doubt. I thought she was actually going to say something of substance. But this is what we ended up with. Was it just me, or did it look like she was struggling to say that simple ass sentence? And not only that, what does that have to do with somebody approaching you? People that get together aren't always on the same level of attraction, and it happens both ways. There are men that are highly attractive that are with women that are mid, and there are women that are highly attractive that are with men that are mid for different reasons. What the does any of that have to do with the $15 analogy that you tried to give us? You know what, man? It's not her fault. This is probably one of her first posts. I can tell a new creator when I see one. And if it's not that, then she definitely got to be missing a chromosome or two, because that was painful to hear. It took almost 45 seconds to deliver that message. I just want you to think about that. 45 seconds. Sweetheart, my advice to you is get off the internet. This is not what you want, because if that's what you are delivering to these people, trust me, you ain't got to worry about people like me. It's the people in the comments. They not going to let you live. But knowing her, I know she ain't going to listen to what I'm saying, because look how her brain functions. Yeah, I keep the change.
Why do you feel like so many men feel like they're walking on eggshells in their own home?
Because they are.
Why do you feel that is, though?
Because so when you started to say that when things are quiet, they don't have a lot to say, my immediate thought was that's not true. But I wasn't going to rob you of that belief. But I don't think that women are quiet when things are peaceful. I think that's when the gears really start turning. Because there might be something that she didn't say the last 3 months that she's been waiting to say. And now it seems like things are safe. And I got a question about Sheila and the nail polish that she left in the car in 1986. Not mine. Yeah, that comes up during peace. And that happens for a lot of the same reasons, which is that women are on the quest for absolute peace. They want to not think. So they need to ask these questions and they need to purge. They need to get it out. And men don't really have the same emotional capacity and bandwidth as women to entertain these interrogations. So over time, if you give a relationship longevity, right? Like they make it through some years. Oh, she got a lot of questions left. She's just piecemealing them bit by bit. She's just inching them out at the moment of safety. Safety looks like we're having a good time, which is why a man's experience is like, we're on the best road trip of our lives. How did this whole trip get messed up? He starts to think back. She asked that dumb question about 2 years ago. Like, why did she have to do that? Because she was looking for absolute peace and she thought that it was safe enough to ask. So men are feeling like they're walking on eggshells because they don't realize how much we as women hold on to a lot of information, details, questions, insecurities, curiosities, including something as random as, what are your plans for us for the next 5 years? At random.
Like my dad says all the time, keep living. You gonna need me before I need you. Karma, consequences. What goes around comes around. Don't need a GPS to find you. All that energy that you pushed out in your 20s and your 30s, you're playing around, you're running through your roster, you're treating good guys, nice guys like trash. That energy's gonna come right back to you. Unfortunately for you, right? And now you in your 30s and 40s wondering why you can't find nobody to call you back. Wondering why you can't find nobody to court you and chase you and yearn and pine and all that other good stuff that you saw in the movies. Can't find nobody solid. You know why. You just don't want to admit it.
You know what I was thinking? Would men still date women if they couldn't have access to...
Yeah, no, because that's not dating, that's a friendship. Would you still date a man if he didn't provide for you? Would you still date a man if he didn't take you out to dinner every week? Would you still date a man if he didn't buy you flowers and cater to you? Would you still date a man if you didn't have him do the bare minimum you expect a man to do? No. You wouldn't even have a friend like that. That's the craziest part. Men with men friends, yeah, for their birthday, we kind of share the same $20 we've been passing around for the past 3 years, right? You don't understand, being with a guy friend doesn't mean you get any special privileges, and if it does, it's because he wants to. How are we in a society where women want to have a man date them and take care of them and provide for them and protect them and do everything for them, and they can't do the bare minimum of lying on their back? And I'm sorry, that might sound up, but at the end of the day, like, you should want to satisfy your man. If you have a good man that's providing for you and protecting you, then you should want to satiate his desires. I think the craziest part is they spent their entire lives giving themselves away for free to a bunch of randoms, right? But the second it's time to settle down and be serious, the second they want to find a man to take care of them for the rest of their life, all of a sudden now they don't want to until marriage. Like, it's a pretty simple concept. If you want somebody in your life but don't want to be intimate or give them gratification when they ask for it, then you shouldn't want them to do everything for you. It's really a simple concept. So let me break it down like this. In this society, for some reason, have convinced themselves that they don't have to give up anything in order to be taken care of. For some reason, women in this society think that you get to be friends with a man, and that means he gets to give you all of the special privileges of being in a relationship, but you get to provide none of the benefits. The only problem is now it's gotten so bad that women have extended it to the people they actually date now too. So now, even if you're in a relationship with them, you still have to be the friend. You still have to let them go out and do whatever it is they feel like doing, dress however they feel like dressing. Allow them to tell you no when they're living in your house and eating food that they don't have to fucking go work for. Like, oh God, please just throw the fire at us.
Elder, I have a story for you. It's the story of Jamie and DiDomenico. This man is a man of faith, a father, sitting in prison for 10 years with no parole for something that he was wrongfully accused of. This is Jamie, and what started all this is he found text messages on his daughter's iPad that came through that his wife, who is a lawyer, was cheating on him, having an affair with her client. Long story short, she files for a divorce. She is awarded $4,300 a month in child support, gets the house. While all this is going on, keep in mind, this is all taking place at the same courthouse where she works at because she's a lawyer. Talk about conflict of interest. So during the divorce proceedings, they're still living in the same house, okay? She claims that he rapes her. All the evidence was ignored. Immediately, 10 years, no parole. So they sent it to the appeals, denied. No explanation as to why it was denied. So y'all hear me preach all the time about these women who go on to ruin these lives of these men because of their poor choices. So this is a woman who feels that she has power and control, a total Jezebel, ruining this man's life, ruining her children's life. Oh, and keep in mind, they were engaged during the hearing, and then as soon as he got sentenced, they got married. So Governor Bill Lee, from one Christian to another, I need you to please take a look at this case because it cannot go ignored. So y'all are smart. Y'all can see what's going on here. This woman wanted him out of the picture, and this new man, which is her third husband, to come in and take the place of Jamie. So if you believe in truth, justice, and due process, please share this video.
All right, now y'all know a little bit about the story. I need y'all's help. We need enough people to sign this petition for him to be able to be heard. He's essentially been rotting away in jail, him not being able to be a father because he's in jail. He's never been in trouble before. He was a very successful movie producer, I believe. I believe he helped make commercials, like Super Bowl commercials. And because his case hasn't been heard fully, we need your signature. We need you to sign this petition for his voice to be heard. I'm going to drop the link in the comments. Please, please share this video, sign it. Let justice at least try and be heard. Let Jamie's voice at least try and be heard. Anyways, y'all, love you. Kisses.
You know, a lot of these modern women, they really do it to themselves, and you can't really be, I mean, you want to sometimes, but because they get on here crying, but they do this type of stuff to themselves, man. They do this type of stuff themselves, man. Modern women be out here breaking men. They be out here shaming men, acting stupid around men, losing men. But then when a man decides he's gonna move different, he decides, I'm tired of this woman playing me, I'm tired of this woman dogging me out and doing whatever she wanted. By the time that man learn about it and move on, now he's not the same guy. Oh, you changed. Now he's guarded. Oh man, why you got so many walls up? How come you're not giving it your all? You used to give 100%. How come you're not giving 100% now? Because you was acting stupid. And now you somewhere complaining about, because of the red pill, now my man's, he's not emotionally available to me. Now he not the same person he used to be, and it's caused a rift in our relationship. Oh, it started then, huh? But it didn't start when you was acting stupid and you was talking to him crazy and taking him for granted. It didn't start then.
Are the stereotypes about women true? Number one, women are bad drivers. Statistically, men are actually much worse drivers. So bad that their insurance rates are actually higher than ours. They cause more accidents, they get more traffic tickets, and they have more DUIs than women.
When she alludes to women being better drivers, she probably means safer drivers, because better is a vague term and can mean different things. But even with safer, there are nuances. Yes, men are involved in more accidents and especially more fatal crashes than women. But men on average also drive more miles or kilometers. So to be precise, we need to look at data per mile or per kilometer driven. In fact, one of the most cited studies in this topic, a peer-reviewed paper called Vulnerability of Female Drivers in Motor Vehicle Crashes, showed that women actually have higher crash involvement per mile driven. But there's an important nuance. When it comes to fatal crushes per mile, men still show higher numbers.
Number 2, women talk too much. Studies show that men actually talk more. Not just one, multiple studies across many different contexts like school and work have concluded that it is in fact true. Men talk more but perceive that they have talked less. We all know that men are known to interrupt women, talk over us, silence us, and take our ideas. And now it's even shown in studies.
It would actually be nice to see what studies she's referring to, because there is a very famous study by Matthias Mell, published in Science in 2007, which was specifically aimed at testing the stereotype that women talk more. He tracked real conversations using audio snippets and found that women spoke around 16,215 words per day, while men spoke around 15,669 words per day. So yes, women did speak slightly more, but the difference was not statistically significant. In other words, men and women tend to speak roughly the same amount. So I'm not sure where her claim that men talk more is coming from.
Number 3, my personal favorite, men are better leaders than women. According to Dr. Amen, a famous brain specialist who has studied over 250,000 brains, after comparing male versus female brains, not only does he say that we are a completely different species, but that women's brains are not only superior, we are literally wired for leadership. Science is so hot.
Yes, science is hot, especially when it's used properly. She's most likely referring to Daniel Amen, an American psychiatrist. And I can tell you right away, if a scientist says that men and women are completely different species, that should immediately raise questions about that scientist's credibility. And yes, this doctor is widely criticized within the scientific community. What mainstream science actually shows is that male and female brains do have small average differences, but there is a huge overlap. And the bigger question is, how do those differences translate into leadership ability? In reality, there is no strong body of evidence showing that men or women are inherently better leaders. It is almost like leadership could depend much more on the individual rather than on gender.
Hypothetically speaking, I should say I'm with Lawrence, and he's a good man. He's
Right.
not rich.
You didn't tell us
Driving
who
the
you were
bus.
saying. Okay, I'm gonna let it go.
He's going to work every day. He's bringing home the bacon.
Yeah, he's a good man. He's a great man.
The big wheelers keep on turning.
No, not Tina. R.P.
You know
Tina
what I'm
Turner.
saying?
R.P. Tina.
Then Drake comes along, and I'm like,
Pop it.
champagne poppy. I'm like, I need a one day.
Okay, I think that's your answer, ma'am. I'm gonna take that as a yes.
No.
Yeah, okay.
Hold on, don't jump. Let's not jump.
Okay,
Let's
'cause
not
it's-
jump. Don't reach. False accusations.
Now you want false accusations. The plugins was crazy, but now you want them. Okay, go ahead, ma'am. It's on you.
So, I mean, honestly, I'm a faithful woman. I'm a good woman. So that's why I'm the unicorn. Period.
So
you're saying that Drake's in the DMs, he's trying to fly you to his mansion, you're not going.
I'm not going.
But
when he can't
accusations. These are not accusations. This is false accusations.
Hey,
The plug-in was a little late.
Unicorn, I was rocking with your program until you said that. Right up until that part right there. It had a
Why?
cap on it on the end part. So you telling me what you call them champagne poppy in your DM right now, and he trying. Oh yes, and he's
Champagne Poppy would have to like really want to be with me. It can't just be on like a one night
What?
stand type of thing.
Drake
want to
be
my
with you.
relationship over a one.
You which Drake
It
you
would have
talking
to-
about?
Exactly. He would have to just be like, I want to be with the unicorn. All that bullshit.
So if Drake says that he wants to be with you, he wants.
What?
Okay, so you're saying that if Drake wants to fly you out and he says that he wants to be with you, then you taking this flight.
I mean, it would have to just be more than just a fly out, because that's crazy. Like a one night stand is crazy.
So you're not taking
Not
the
the
flight.
one night stand.
All right, CC, you are
crying the Honda.
Even trying to tell you guys at this point. It's just the fact that I've learned something, and I owe it to myself as a real one to each one teach one. And I've made it so affordable that, it's $20, and I can show you exactly how you can make $20,000, $30,000 per month. You ain't got to take off your clothes. You ain't got to do OnlyFans. You ain't got to subject yourself to BS or whatever. But you can make real money on social media to the point where your children can run it and give them all the money if that's the case. You dig what I'm saying? Just DM the word content. The course is just $20, or you can book a one-on-one call with me where I teach you directly or whatever. It's a little more over here or there, but you can get everything you need for $20. DM # content. I don't know what else to tell you guys, man. Unless you just love that job that you hate, and you want to work 40 hours a week for $40,000 for 40 years to retire broke, this is life-changing information. And if not, hey, keep doing it. I'm not trying to sell you, but it's here for you. That other way.
So responsibility without authority for a man is a huge no-no. Now, I need modern women to listen up so I can break this down to you so that you can fully understand, right? So, modern women have a checklist in their mind, and they very much want a provider, they want a protector, and they want a man to give them provision. But at the very, very top, they want a provider. And if we can be real, we already know that most modern women just look at men as ATM machines anyway. They want a man to save them from their poor financial decisions. They want a man to come in and help them pay bills because they're struggling, and so on, right? So we very much know that women want men for the provider role, right? But here's the thing. You want a man to come in and deal with all that comes with you. You want him to come in and pretty much fix your life and make it new. But then as soon as he puts his foot down about things in a relationship, or he decides to exercise his authority and be the actual leader, which a man is supposed to be, that is literally what God said, man is supposed to be a leader, right? All of a sudden now, when he puts his foot down and say like, we're not doing this, or we're going to go in this direction, now he's trying to control you. Now we hear modern women online talking about, this man isn't going to control me. I'm an adult. So it's okay for a man to come in and be your personal ATM machine and come in and fix your life and do all these things if it benefits you. But as soon as he puts his foot down and actually exercises leadership, now it's slavery. Now it's him trying to control you. It's wild that women even think like this. And this also goes and applies to baby moms as well, too. So I say it all the time. In the Black community, Black women have the highest rates of having children out of wedlock. And it still continues to this day, right? But just in general, modern women will have kids, right? And they'll want a man to come in and be the stepfather because they are no longer with the baby father, right? So you want this man to come in and love you. You want him to come in and take on you and your child financially. You want him to assist you. You want him to play the stepfather role in the household to your child. But then as soon as it's time for this man to actually discipline the child as if it's his child, oh, he can't discipline your child. Oh, he better not put his hands or even touch your child. Put his hands on your child, touch your child. He better not even raise his voice to your child, right? So it's the same mindset. So he can come in and be responsible for this child financially and play the father role, but he doesn't have the authority to discipline this child. And then as soon as he does, most women are going to say, that's not your child. That's not your child. This is my baby father's child. And this is exactly why men are not dealing with it.
And what the reference is, the typical family unit, the marriage, the kids, the white picket fence, that they're saying, we got money now. We don't need men for anything. We've made the world so comfortable for women that they think that when they get money, they don't need us for anything else. But this is all a lie. And I'll get into that in a second. But this is why I tell you, don't listen to what they say, listen to what they do. Because Ari Lennox is in here like, yeah, they're mad we're not getting married no more, yada, yada, yada. But this was just like a week ago.
It's a shame I gave them so much time and there were sweet energies that I didn't. Yeah. And so now I see those sweet energies getting married and starting families. I'm just like, dang, that probably could have been me.
You know how I know this is a crock of because if women got all this money and they don't need men for money, why do they care so much about how much money a man makes? You could just meet a guy who cared about you or that you just wanted to crack have fun with and you wouldn't care. But when a guy comes up to you and you're like, oh, you make $60,000 a year? Yuck. And you don't talk to him. What does this money matter if you don't need him for that anymore? No, because biology tells you you go for the best that you can secure. And here's what happens when you don't have social media influencing women or men telling them what they should and shouldn't want. Biology kicks in because when you're a kid, little girls get doll houses, easy bake ovens, Barbies, Barbie houses, all this stuff that has them nurturing, being a wife, a homemaker, all that. Guess what? Little boys get Lincoln Logs. They build racetracks, remote control cars, they wrestle, they get action figures, they get G.I. Joes, they fight each other, they do aggressive stuff because that's what little boys do and they turn into men.
Men and women do not derive happiness from the same things. Men derive happiness from success, from building things, from accomplishing things, from leading, from providing for our family. That's what makes us happy. Women derive happiness from being mothers, being wives, having a family. This is statistically proven. This is not my theory or what I think. This is what it is. Now, there may be some women who thrive off opening a business or doing well and are successful. Yeah, but that's the exception. That's not the rule. All this is gibberish. I ain't doing no 50-50. If you don't need men for money, why do you care? If you're a boss, babe, you wouldn't have no problem. You'd be like, nah, I'm going to do 100-0 with my man because I'm a boss. I don't need him for his money. We going to be equal partners. Y'all not talking about none of that. Y'all complain about men being stingy with the money and all that. And here's another thing. Y'all saying, we don't want marriage. We don't want to settle down. We just want to live life on our terms. Translation. We want to go out, have fun, get cracked. Not require marriage, not require commitment, none of that stuff. I don't have to cook or clean for a dude. I get my buns baked and then homie goes on his way. Who do you think that benefits more? All y'all lives y'all been saying, all men want to do is just hit it and quit it. All they want to do is they want one thing. They hit it, then they go. She don't hear from them no more. They be so nice in the beginning. Then when they get what they want, they dip off. Well, if that's the case, now you're making it easy for us.
I'm in the middle of separating from my husband. We still live in the same house. And let me just say this. It is time for him to go. And I mean that in the most respectful way possible. And thankfully, that's coming up soon. Because the way these little moments have been playing out, listen. So we've been living like this for about a year now. Same house, separate lives. And I'm noticing something real specific. It's not that we have big fights. We don't do that. It's these really small, random moments that somehow turn into a situation. So the other day, I had a day to myself, got my hair done, felt good, took myself out to eat, had a good time too. While I'm out, he texts me, I got dinner tonight. I'm like, okay, cool. That's what I responded. In my mind, that means you got dinner for you and the kids. Do your thing. Do your thing. So I get home, he's in the kitchen already in motion. And instead of just cooking, he starts explaining the whole plan to me. Like,
we could just do the fish or turn it into tacos. I was thinking.
Pause. I had to stop him. I was like, hey, I'm gonna be honest, I probably won't eat much. When you texted me, I was already at dinner. Why did it get weird right there? Because now there's a pause. Confusion. Like the whole plan just got thrown off. And I'm standing there like, why does this fall apart just because I'm not participating? Because let's be clear, offering food to someone in the house, totally normal. That's just home training as far as I'm concerned. Hey, I'm cooking, you want some? Yes or no? Done. But this wasn't that, because it stopped being about food and started being about the moment needing me to play my role in it. You know what I'm saying? And that's when it clicked for me. This wasn't about dinner. This was about wanting the feeling of being a partner without actually doing the work of being one. You don't want the responsibility. You pretty much let me know that. You don't want the growth, the communication, the repair, but in these little moments, you still want the role. I got dinner tonight. I'm taking care of things, basically. You want the look of it. And it creates this weird, unnecessary emotional labor for me because now I'm being pulled into something I didn't agree to. Nobody actually asked me anything, right? Now I'm supposed to what? Pause, adjust, make it make sense, help the moment land. And I didn't. I said what I said and I left it there. Now, did I still end up making a plate? And did. Because listen, that fish was good. Homeboy can fry some food. I'm not about to sit in the house and starve on principle. Let's be clear. But the point still stands because I didn't step into the role. I didn't carry the moment. I didn't help him make it feel like something it's not. And that's the shift, y'all. There's a difference between an act of care and needing to be seen as caring. One stands on its own, the other needs participation to feel real. And sometimes growth looks like this: realizing a moment did not need to become a moment and refusing to carry the awkwardness somebody else created.
And here's the thing that a lot of modern women got to understand. You created this. The men that you was talking crazy to didn't just wake up one day and decide, oh, it's going to be this way. It's going to be different. This is a response. This is an adaptation. This is what happens when you push people in general too far. When you're pushing too far and you continue to push and continue to prod and poke. And now when a man says, hey, stop doing that. I meant what I said. Stop doing that. Then, I'm sorry. Now you surprised. Oh, why can a man, do you see a man talking to me like that? Now you surprised. But you've been picking it on and bullying that man this entire time. And when that man say, back up off me, in a stern, firm voice, oh, see, your attitude, and I ain't got no attitude, but you gonna keep your hands off me. How about that? And when a man say that to you, and he put a little bass on his voice because you're trying to you're trying to be nice to you, all of a sudden, oh man, these men, where's the man that's gonna protect? I'm right here. But you're not about to use me and put your hands all over me and talk crazy to me. Go sit down somewhere and get out my face.